Biology is all about the characteristics of living things, and we need to know what are some qualities that actually make something alive versus not. So we need to know what to study. So biology is the study of living things. Okay, so first quality all living things need is that they're made out of cells. And cells are the smallest living thing in biology. Are there things that are smaller than a cell? An atom? Are there things that are smaller than atoms? No? Electrons, neutrons, protons, that's even smaller than a cell, right? Would those be considered alive? No. There's definitely smaller stuff, but cells are as small as it gets before it's considered not living anymore, okay? So cells are the smallest living thing, and we're made out of a lot of cells. Some organisms are only made out of one cell, but like us, we have a whole lot of cells. A second thing is all living things have to have metabolism. So metabolism is just about getting energy, eating, and then using it, burning it off. Let's say somebody's got a fast metabolism and they go out and eat 20 pizzas. They are they're getting energy, right? And they're actually able to use it. They can burn it off and they don't store it as fat. But if you have a slow metabolism, you're eating 20 pizzas, you're not burning it off. It gets stored on you as fat, right? So think about like a koala bear. Does a koala have a high metabolism or a low metabolism?
High, because it's always
high. It's always eating. What are they doing though? They're just kind of chilling. Have you guys seen the koalas at the zoo, the Houston Zoo? Okay, so usually they're just sitting up in a tree sleeping. It's like all they do. It's the most boring exhibit at the whole zoo. Because they eat a little bit and then they just kind of sleep. They don't really do anything super exciting. They just kind of sleep it off. They don't burn it. So they would have a slow metabolism. What about a hummingbird? Yeah, they would have a fast metabolism. They're constantly like moving. They're having to constantly eat so that they can have energy so they can keep on moving. So all living things have some kind of metabolism. They have to eat and they have to use the energy that they just ate. Okay, another characteristic, all living things have to be able to grow and to develop, which just means they become more complex. You can see this person who starts out real small, like a baby, and then through your lifetime, humans, we get bigger and bigger. We get more and more cells, and we become more complicated. We have more parts than when we were a baby. Did you guys know that babies don't have kneecaps? Yeah, babies don't have kneecaps at all. Like, if we were to crawl around on the ground, that would hurt a lot because we do have kneecaps. But as babies, you don't have them yet.
So is that why they can't stand?
Yeah, they don't have the muscles either. But yeah, it's part of it. So as you go through your lifetime, you get more complex. You get more parts than what you started with. Same here with this butterfly. It starts out as an egg. It's very simple. And through its lifetime, it's got more and more parts that have more functions, and it's more complex through its life. It develops. All right, so offspring is just a fancy way of saying babies, making babies. All living things have to be able to reproduce, or as a species, you have to be able to reproduce and make babies. Let's say if you have the whole human population, nobody is able to have babies, what's going to happen to the human population? It's going to die off, right? But let's say you have one person that can't have a baby. Are they still alive? Yeah, they're still alive because your population is able to have babies. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. That doesn't mean that you're not alive if you can't have babies. And also, it's important to know that even bacteria reproduce. They don't necessarily have like cute little babies that grow up to be grown-up bacteria, but they do divide. They make more of themselves, and that's what reproduction is. All living things have to stay in something called homeostasis, and that's just an organism's ability to stay the same on the inside. Just for an example, like most people, if you just take your temperature in your mouth whenever you're healthy, the average temperature is about 98.6. If you were to go outside and it's super, super hot, you're still well, you're still healthy, your body's working right, and you take your temperature, what should it be?
Higher.
Will it?
The same.
It should be the same. Let's say you're healthy. Your temperature when you're inside is 98.6. If you go outside and it's like 101, it's a hot summer day, it should still stay 98.6.
Yeah, because of the sweat, it just pulls it down.
Yeah, that's your body is doing things to maintain that temperature, like sweating to cool you off or moving around, something like that. But your body's having to use its energy to keep you cooled off. And the same thing if you were to go swimming and the pool's kind of cold, you should be able to keep your body temperature about the same for a certain amount of time. If you were to go swimming in ice water for like an hour, you'll start going into hypothermia. Your body temperature will go down, down, down. Are you still in homeostasis? No. You're not being able to maintain your temperature. If your body keeps going colder and colder, will you still be living? No, you will not still be living. Okay? So long as your body is able to keep it the same inside, you will still be living. DNA is just the instructions that make you who you are. And every single cell has DNA in it. If every living thing has cells, then every living thing has DNA. Okay, another thing all living things can do is to respond to their environment. The stimulus is something that causes you to react. And a response is the reaction. So for example, a stimulus would be like touching a hot stove. What would your reaction be? Ow. Yeah, ow, pull your hand away. You're gonna try to get out of danger, right? You don't even have to think about it. It's just an automatic reaction. Have you guys seen the ice bucket challenge? Yes. How could you not, right? What is the stimulus in the ice bucket challenge? What is causing something?
You like pull yourself to keep you warm?
Well, the cause. What's the cause? We have cause and effect, right? What's the cause?
The ice.
The ice being poured on someone, that's stimulus. What's the response you guys are seeing?
Start shivering and you pull yourself.
You scream and run away. Your body starts shivering to try to react to it. And then here, what is the stimulus? What's happening here with this Venus flytrap?
The flytrap.
Uh-huh. So the response is it's being closed on the fly. What do you think the stimulus is? What's causing it to close?
Oh, that he touched his mouth?
Yeah, the fly touches the plant, right? And then the plant can like sense that and it closes on it and captures it and eats it. So that's a stimulus and a response. All living things have to be able to evolve, and that's just changing over a very long period of time. So this elephant's ancestors were a mammoth, and then its ancestors were a mastodon. This happened over like millions of years. This did not happen like overnight. This is not his baby. Doesn't work that way. So it happens over millions and millions of years. And it happens to a population. Yeah, that's how we got our ancestors. It's how you change over time. And it's important to know that it happens to a population, not an individual. This elephant did not just say, man, I am really sick of being hairy, and just shed all of its hair, and then it turned into an elephant. It did not happen that way. Yeah, I know. That's okay. But so it happens over a very long period of time. Okay? So how would it become that? So like this guy, maybe his babies were just a little bit different, and those babies survived and reproduced and made a whole bunch of like these looking guys. So it's just, if the environment changes, whatever survives gets to reproduce and move on. If it doesn't survive, it doesn't get to move on.